Welcome to Craft Plan Create.
Hi, my crafty friends. So today I want to decorate my divider, and I'm going to be using the cover of this National Parks magazine. I love the artwork on it. It's absolutely gorgeous. It says, "We're still here, Native Rangers speak," and it's the native stories from Yellowstone. And one of the things that I didn't realize until I read this magazine was, let me just show you. Look at all the gorgeous, gorgeous artwork in here, and I'm definitely going to be using it. I have Native American roots, and I have always been drawn to nature and this lovely artwork depicting Native Americans. What I found also fascinating, besides these gorgeous pictures, was this right here. It says every national park site sits on ancestral lands. So what does it mean to be a Native American working in the Park Service today? It was a fascinating article. I didn't know that every single national park sits on ancestral lands. So I don't know how to feel about that, but I am grateful that the land is preserved and protected, because it is sacred land, it's ancestral land. So before I digress any further, let's go ahead and start decorating. So similarly to what I did before, like there are certain things that I really don't want in here, right? But that's okay. I just want this gorgeous picture here. And so what I'm going to do is just paper clip this down. So now that this is clipped down, one of the things I want to do is get my pencil and just kind of mark it where I want to cut it. I think I've talked about this before, but when I try to measure and stuff, it doesn't really work out. This is what works out best for me. Let me go ahead and get my paper trimmer and cut all of this off. Needs a little bit more here. Of course, you know what I did, right? I was like, let me just trim a little bit more down. I'm telling you, I should have just left well enough alone. But, you know, I think it's okay. What I am going to do, though, is I'm going to just fussy cut out these words and cut around her. Isn't this a beautiful piece of artwork? After looking at this a little bit more, I think I'm just going to leave it alone here. I would like to invite anyone who has been born and raised on a reservation to speak to any issues that you would want people to know, because like after I was there one time, I remember my child had a lot of questions about why things were the way they were on the reservation. So we had to ask a lot of questions, and I loved being Native American. I absolutely love that part of my culture. We are from the natives in Mexico, but regardless of where you're from, as an indigenous person, you have great pride in your ancestors, because you know that, you know, they have been here throughout history, and before anyone else came and lived on the land, it was your ancestors and people like you who preserved the land. So I have great reverence when I am at any of the big parks. I have never been to Yellowstone. I know it's been something on my checklist that I want to do, but I have been to the Grand Canyon and some of the other national parks in Utah and Wyoming and things, and I'm just in awe of the beauty that is there. So anyway, I would love to hear the perspective of somebody who was born and raised on a reservation, how we could help organizations that help raise money for Indigenous persons then I'd love for them to comment as well. For me, these are really important cultures to preserve, people to protect and advocate for, and to recognize that many native tribes have lost many things in the conquering of the lands that we have inherited. So if we could just be mindful. Okay, so now I'm just kind of taking a card and putting it down. Oh my gosh, that's so pretty. There's a little glue here, so I want to get that off. I'm just going to use an eraser and go over the edges where there's glue. Okay, so now the only thing left to do is just punch this, and I'm going to get my Happy Planner punch. I'll be right. So here is a Happy Planner punch. It is the classic size punch. As you can see, there are some guidelines here, guide marks. And what I like to do is just put this in here like this, because we still need our holes where we can pop this in our planner. Wow, that was loud. Okay. Let me move this to the side. Now that that's done, I'm going to go ahead and pop this in my planner. The next thing I want to do is decorate my currently page so that it complements this gorgeous divider. I'm going to just take this off the rings and then get what I want to decorate that part with. One of the things I didn't realize either until I read this wonderful article, it says the archaeological evidence shows that Native communities have lived in the Yellowstone area for over 12,000 years. That's really amazing. And I just have to say, Indigenous people are very different. Their cultures, their heritage, their tradition, very, very different. I just love all of these beautiful, diverse cultures. To me, every single one is precious. And this is something I really, really care about. So if you hear me with a more serious tone, it's intentional, because I think Indigenous people are often forgotten in the mix of history. So anyway, I'm definitely going to take these beautiful images and fussy cut them out and put them in my currently page. So I'll be right back. So now I'm just going to get a little bit of white out and put it here. So now I'm just going to put some double-sided tape here. I'm going to put this here. I want her walking onto my currently page. Oh my gosh, she is beautiful. I have to mention this. Sadly, I do not know which tribe of origin we are from. What I do know is that you cannot look at my face and say you're not Native American. My cheekbones, my facial structure, everything just screams my Indigenous beautiful culture that I love. My mom told me that we're mestizos, so there was that. So I thought that was interesting. I'm going to go get some more colorful boxes so I can add it to the top there for my currently, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went to the Rainbow Basics by Kelva Plan, and I'm just going to use some of these blues. Okay, so I'm going to put this here. Isn't she just majestic up on that horse? I love it. She's beautiful. I don't know who did this art, but it is seriously spectacular. I'm going to put this up here this month. I want to. So I got the Dream Seeker stickers from the Happy Planner, and I'm just going to take a flip through this. Oh, here we are. I'm going to use this one. Okay, I'm going to get this one that says Dream Seeker. I'm going to put some of these bronze sparkles here. I'm going to put this little sticker that says reflect right here. No. Like it right here. I'm going to use some of this purple here just to get this gorgeous little box over here. Blue, I have some monthly tracker things that I need to work on. These are just huge. If you like that, please consider liking, subscribing, and turning on your notification bells. I know it was a serious topic. However, I think that we really do need to reflect on the plight of the Native Americans, and they're trying to get resources and they're trying to preserve their lands, their ancestral lands. Many of them have fought in courts to get their lands back. Some have won and still haven't received their land back because it is a national park. And as a person who is Indigenous, these kind of topics are very conflicting because in one sense, you have the United States government protecting these sacred lands, and then in another sense, your people want them back. So anyway, my whole thing is, for me, I just feel like I'm very cognizant that these are very sensitive topics. So I try not to dismiss them and consider and reflect on how they impact the Indigenous person or people or peoples. So I love this. I'm really grateful that I was able to honor this gorgeous heritage that I have in my planner. And until next time, bye.